If I knew it would have took me like 3 or 4 months to finish this little motherfucker, nah, I still would have read it. Good morning, y'all. Today's review is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Man, this is a little book, but this shit is like 700 pages. Like, oh my god. Let me get the exact number of pages real quick that I read, because I didn't read like the index. There's an index for a fantasy book. Like, oh my god. Like, that's how detailed Brandon Sanderson is as a writer. He makes indexes for his books. At least these ones, the fantasy ones. The Still Her book, I don't know if they had an index. I didn't even look. I didn't want to. I was scared. I'm gonna let y'all look at that right there. 643 pages. Oh my god. I have other Brandon Sanderson books up here. This one, Words of Radiance. This is book 2 in the Stormlight Archive. That one is like 1,000 pages. The Way of Kings, book 1 of the Stormlight Archive. That is 1,000 pages. This thick motherfucker right here, you probably can't see it. I'm gonna pull it out for you. Look how thick this is. It's like a BBC. Oh shit, I'm knocking down my own books. This Oathbringer, 1,200 pages. I will be reviewing this, by the way. I've read it already. I'm gonna read it again so I can do a review for you guys. But you can see the difference. This little motherfucker, 700 pages. 700 pages is a lot. Anyways, before I started acting stupid, this book is really good. Dude, like, I wasn't into it at first. It takes me a while to get into books sometimes, especially fantasy. If I'm not hooked on the first couple chapters of the story, then I just won't be into it. So it takes me a lot longer to read these than it does anything else. Like, when I first bought The Way of Kings, I bought it 1 year, started reading it, read 2 chapters, didn't like it, put it down for like 6 months, and then finally picked it up again. And it took me at least 2 months to read that first one. And the other 2, I would say it took me about a month and a half. But this little motherfucker right here, I would say it took me like a good, like, I think I said 3 months. But it was probably like more like 2.5, you know. And I didn't read it consistently. I probably read like 1 or 2 pages a day, maybe 3 at the most. But I wanted to get through it and I wanted to finish it so I can do this review. So I finally finished it. And I gotta say, I liked it. I really loved the ending. 2 of the main characters, Vin, and I can't think of this dude's name right now. But Vin is a really interesting character. You know, she starts off as a thief, you know, and basically, you know, that's all she knows. You know, she has a wall up, a shield, she doesn't have friends, she ain't trying to fuck with none of y'all for no reason. But then, when her boss tries to do something overzealous and get over some people, he ends up getting killed. Vin is the only survivor. So she ends up joining this group of these people with this dude named Kale. And Kale is short for Kelsier. Finally remembered his name, by the way. And basically, Kale has a crew, and Kale wants to overthrow the leader of their world or whatever, you know. And basically, the leader looked at as this like evil person or whatever, you know. Yeah, the evil, maleficent person. So they want to overthrow it, and they come up with this crazy ass hairbeam, you know. They come up with this crazy ass scheme to basically overthrow this powerful ruler. And I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but you know what they say about writing in books. If they tell you the plan, it ain't going to work. And guess what? They tell you the plan. They tell you the plan way the fuck early in this motherfucker. and it don't work. But the way things unfold, the way how they react, how they overcome, how they adapt, that's what makes this book very interesting. The way the powers work, the way they use magic in this book, the magic system, legit as fuck. It works. It's dope. You get some really dope action scenes when they start using this magic. Especially when Van and Kel, Kelsier, when they have to fight people who are 10 times more powerful than them. It gets very, very interesting. So, if you into fantasy, if you haven't read this, because this is old, dude. Like, I'm just now reading it, but this shit is old, you know? And I don't know exactly when it was published. I can look it up, I guess. Do that for y'all. For my fans. Let me see. Publication information right here. 2006. So this book was written when I was fresh out of high school. I'm just now reading it now. There's other people who probably reviewed it, read it, love it, probably made up like their own fan fiction and their own characters and stuff. But this is dope. This is part 1 of a series. I will be starting part 2 today, so I can read that and get that review out to y'all. But for this first book, Mistborn, the Mistborn trilogy, it's pretty good, man. You gotta pick it up if you love high fantasy. That's all I can say. If you love magic systems, if you like detailed worlds and swashbuckling crews, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Kind of similar to Lord of the Rings. Maybe even better. Who knows? Lord of the Rings did set the standard. But as for my rating, you already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. Liked it? Boom, boom. And until next time, mind the typos.